Let's talk about business car loans, particularly the business car loans that report to Experian Business this year. Let's talk about that. So here's a winner I want you to pay attention to. First of all, I want you to think about SBG funding. And here is a business car lender that reports to Experian Business consistently. And they actually do so every other month. So they don't do this every month, but they will report your data to Experian Business 6 times a year. Okay. And the cool thing about SBG funding is that basically you have a lender that's actually really good if you're looking for a business car loan and you happen to have bad personal credit. And basically with SBG funding, you can actually get funding for your business, for your fleet, for your business vehicle for up to $5 million. And the estimated APR here goes from 3.75% all the way to 15%. Okay. And the loan term actually goes from 1 to 10 years. So if you're looking for a business car loan that reports to Experian Business and that can qualify you for a maximum loan amount of $5 million, think about SBG funding. Okay. And the cool thing is that there is no required down payment. That's kind of cool. The time to funding actually goes from 2 to 3 days from application. So if you apply today, if you apply on Monday, the funds could be in your bank account within Wednesday or Thursday. So minimum credit score, minimum personal credit score that SBG funding wants is 500. So that's really good. And the minimum time in business, 6 months. And the only requirements that they have in terms of business revenue to actually approve your business car loan is $120,000. So SBG funding wants you to really make at least $10,000 in business revenue to actually qualify for this business car loan. But again, they will report your payment history so you can build business credit. They will do so every other month. So 6 times a year, you have your data reported to Experian Business. If you're looking for a business car loan that reports to Experian Business, I want you to think about PNC Bank. And PNC Bank is actually a tier 2 bank. So kind of cool because tier 2 banks are really great in the nation because they allow you to really have this combination of a national bank, but also a national bank with a regional touch. Okay. So PNC Bank is actually great for you if you have an established business and you also are a current PNC customer. So if you're looking for a business car loan that reports to Experian Business, you want to go for a PNC Bank. And PNC Bank reports your data to Experian Business every single month. So 12 times a year, they will report your data to Experian Business. And with PNC Bank, you can actually be approved for a business car loan that goes from $10,000 all the way to $250,000. So here you have the possibility to buy a fleet. You can buy 3, 4, 5 cars depending upon the make and model of the car you want to buy. And the loan term, when it comes to PNC Bank, the loan term goes all the way to 6 years. So you're looking at 72 months. Okay. And the repayment schedule is monthly. So that's kind of cool. And this loan, and that's one thing that I love a lot, this loan has a down payment of 0. So there's no required down payment. So that's kind of cool. So you can finance the whole transaction. And the APR actually starts from 7% and can go all the way to 20%. Okay. And the time to funding is a little longer if you were to compare PNC to SBG funding, because SBG funding was releasing the funds within 3 days maximum. PNC actually is taking longer, which is really normal because banks actually take longer to actually fund loans than others. Okay. So 3 to 7 days. So with PNC Bank, I want you to really count 3 to 7 days to actually get this loans released. Okay. And minimum credit score also it's higher. So you'll need a higher credit score to qualify for this business car loan. If you're looking for a business car loan that reports to Experian Business, I want you to think about Bank of America. And Bank of America is a great lender that actually can lend you somewhere from $10,000 all the way to $5 million. Okay, so you can actually buy multiple fleets, multiple vehicles, tens of vehicles, by the way. And Bank of America will report your business car loan to Experian Business every other month. So kind of similar to SBG funding. So every other month. And the loan term actually calls for 48 to 72 months. Okay. And the APR actually starts at 5.79%. So if you're looking for a business car loan with a pretty decent APR, think about Bank of America. Now, Bank of America, kind of similar to a PNC Bank, actually has a national presence, even though Bank of America has a larger national presence than PNC Bank. Because PNC Bank is mostly a regional bank. They are in about 25 states, whereas Bank of America is like in 40 or 45 states. Okay, so there's a big difference there. If you care about that, if you want to if you want to have a bank that has a geographical footprint, then the repayment schedule is monthly. Okay, and Bank of America is really faster than PNC Bank when it comes to funding. Like Bank of America will give you the cash within 1 to 3 business days. That's really good. And but Bank of America wants you to be in business for 2 years minimum before you can qualify. And in terms of annual business revenue, it really depends also in terms of the states where you are at, because their data actually applies to the specific data, the specific states where you are at. Okay, and now there are some vehicle restrictions though. So the minimum vehicle value has to be 10,000. The maximum age has to be 5 years, and the vehicle must have fewer than 75,000 miles on the odometer. So something to really think about, especially if you are trying to get multiple cars. If you're looking for a business car loan that reports to Experian Business, I want you to think about Balboa Capital this year. Balboa Capital will report your data to Experian Business 4 times a year. So every quarter, they do this every 3 months, okay? And they actually consolidate. It doesn't mean you have to pay it once every quarter. No, you pay once every month, but they will consolidate your data and report the data to Experian Business every 3 months, okay? So Balboa Capital is actually great for you if you're looking for fast funding. And the APR is kind of high though, because you're looking at 5% to 20%. And the loan amount will go from 3,000 all the way to a half a million. So that's actually the interval I want you to really pay attention to. And the loan term, 12 to 60 months. So this is pretty interesting. And the repayment schedule here is monthly. So every month you are going to pay Balboa Capital, and there is no required down payments. Okay, and time to funding. Balboa Capital is actually the fastest of all the 7 lenders I want to share with you into this conversation. I want to speak about. So basically, Balboa Capital will fund you the same day. They will fund you the same day, and there is a minimum credit score of 620. Balboa Capital wants you to be in business for 12 months at least to actually qualify for their loan. And you also have an annual business revenue of $100,000. So one thing for sure, Balboa Capital is actually a part of Ameris Bank, which is actually a regular FDIC insured bank. So that tells you a lot about the reliability, if you will. Tells you a lot about the credibility of Balboa Capital. Okay. So if you want to receive your business car loan real fast, if you want to receive the proceeds, the loan proceeds real fast, think about Balboa Capital this year, especially when it comes to looking for a mid-range loan amount. So maximum 500,000. So that's really good. Pretty straightforward. If you're looking for a business car loan that reports to Experian Business, I want you to think about Crest Capital this year. And Crest Capital is pretty good in the sense that you are looking at a maximum loan amount of 500,000, and Crest Capital will reports to Experian Business every single month. So that's really good. So if you care about this sort of reporting frequency, then think about Crest Capital. So Crest Capital really will report your data every single month. You are looking at up to $500,000. So you can actually buy one vehicle or multiple business vehicles. And the APR goes from 6.5% all the way to 25%. Okay. And the time to funding actually is at least 24 hours for loans that are less than $250,000. So if you're looking for a loan that's less than a $250,000, you'll get approved within the same day. Okay. And there are no age or mileage restrictions. The only thing is that with Crest Capital, they want you to have a minimum credit score of 650, and they want you to be in business for at least 2 years to actually qualify for their loans. Okay. So think about Crest Capital as a great option for your business car loan that reports to Experian Business if you are looking to get funding with fewer restrictions on the vehicle being financed. Okay. And that's kind of cool. And also what you will love with Crest Capital is that here you have a streamlined application only process with reduced documentation requirements for loan amounts less than $250,000. Okay. It's actually possible to get approved without having to provide tax returns, bank statements, and other financial statements. Okay. This is really good because it really accelerates the whole process. And also with Crest Capital, the cool thing is that you are able to fund a business vehicle with fewer restrictions than many other providers, and vehicles can be financed regardless of their age or odometer rating. So that's really good from a flexibility point of view. If you're looking for, let's say, if you're looking for a business car loan that reports to Experian Business, I want you to think about national funding. And national funding will report your data to Experian Business once every 2 months. So that's 6 times a year. And with national funding, you are looking at a loan amount that fluctuates. Okay. So up to $150,000. Here you have loans that will help you for, like, when it comes to equipment loans, and up to $400,000 for working capital and other business loans. So it really depends on how you structure your business car loan. The APR is kind of high though. The APR with national funding, very high APR. You're looking at 15% all the way to 136%. And the loan term actually goes all the way to 60 months. So up to 60 months. And the repayment schedule can be daily, weekly, and monthly. So it really depends on how fast you want to get things done. Okay. And the required down payment is 0%. So there's nothing needed here. And the time to funding, 24 to 72 hours from application. So that's kind of cool, especially when it comes to reliability. The minimum credit score that you need to actually qualify for this loan, this business car loan, is a 600. And actually, the minimum time in business, you are looking at 6 months. So nothing really big here. Okay. I mean, even if you are relatively young as a business, and relatively new, like a startup, you can still qualify. And the vehicle restrictions will vary on a case-by-case basis. It really depends on how you get things done and how you structure the things too, okay? So national funding consistently receives high ratings from its customers. It also reviews applications on a case-by-case basis and tailors its approach to each business it really works with. So for this reason, it's actually a great provider to actually consider if you want, let's say, customized business car loans that report to Experian Business especially if you care also about customer service. If you want excellent customer service, think about this lender. And the cool thing is that you are looking at an APR that goes from 15% all the way to 100%. But hey, listen, it is still good anyway. If you get funded real fast, that's really fantastic. So if you are looking for a business car loans that report to Experian Business, I want you to think about Truck Lenders USA. And Truck Lenders, I mean, the name says truck, but they actually finance all kinds of business car loans, whether you are in the delivery industry or not. Okay, and with truck lenders, you have a maximum business car loan amount of $150,000. That's the maximum here. So the loan goes from 20,000 all the way to $150,000, and the APR goes from 7% to 12%, and the loan term goes from 60 months. I mean, goes from 36 months all the way to 60 months, and the repayment schedule is monthly. Okay, there is no down payment, and the time to funding really is not really as fast as Bank of America. So truck lenders will give you the cash between 3 and 5 days from application. So 3 to 5 days from application. But the cool thing is that there is no minimum time and business requirements. There is the annual business revenue varies depending upon the states where you are at, but the also the same thing for the minimum credit score. So that's really something to really think about. So Truck Lenders USA actually works mostly with business owners looking to expand an existing fleet of vehicles. So you actually will be in good hands if you have been considering commercial auto financing. And here is a lender also, in addition to, by the way, I think I said that they actually report the data to Experian Business once every month, by the way. I'm not sure I said that, but it's once every month. And Truck Lenders also offers competitive rates if you are a well-qualified business, okay? Depending upon how solid your financials are. And so there are no minimum requirements for down payments or time in business, although highly qualified businesses have a better chance of getting the lowest advertised rates and loan terms. So that's kind of important. And also, I need to really insist on that. Truck Lenders USA also works with startups. So applications are reviewed on a case by case basis, improving your chances of getting approved for some form of financing. That's kind of cool. And yeah, overall, fantastic. So as a recap into this conversation, I just spoke to you about business car loans that report to Experian Business. I give you the winner and now the recap. The winner, one SBG funding, number two PNC Bank, number three Bank of America, number four Balboa Capital, number five Crest Capital, number six National Funding, number seven Truck Lenders USA. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.